Welcome back to Sleep Play. This is James, your sleep coach with the most. And what we're going to talk about today is actually how to be successful with the CPAP machine or sleep therapy. It's the most important thing, I think, because a lot of people don't allow themselves to get used to the mask or used to the machine itself, and they quit on it. And what happens is you're right back on it, whether it's a day later, a month later, or a year later, years later. I've had people come in all over again and doing this from the start, and you still got to get used to it. So it's bound to happen. If you want to get there to the benefit, you have to allow yourself to get used to this, okay? So the first thing I want to explain is we're going to talk about is expectations, okay? Your expectations sometimes are all misconstrued, and it's not your fault. It's from the actual technician or the therapist who set you up. They're giving wrong expectation to patients a lot of times, and so when you're walking into the therapist's office to get set up with a machine, the next day when you go home, you're thinking to wake up in a field full of flowers and everything's a dream, and it's not going to happen like that. I explain to everybody, all my patients, you need to expect almost the worst, okay? You're going to need to expect that you are going to wake up multiple times throughout the night. It may happen a week or two straight, losing sleep at times, waking up, like I said, you might be choking depending on what mask you wear because of the breathing through your nose or mouth. You may wake up smothered. You might find a mask on the floor, as I said, in the morning quite a few times. It's going to happen, and it is going to get annoying, but if you persist with this, I promise you, you will get to the benefit of this machine. And just like you hear all the time and you read, there is life-changing expectancies with this machine, and it will happen. Trust me, I know. I was a user as well, okay? So first thing and foremost, I would say to benefit from the machine and to benefit from the therapy basically is your expectations have to be right. Don't go into this expecting the next day it will be everything's great and it'll work for you automatically. It's not going to happen. Of course, depending on your sleep depravity, you might go to bed tonight and you might wake up tomorrow and everything's changed because you slept through, because you're so sleep depraved, okay? But that may not happen, and most likely it's not going to happen. So go into it with that type of expectations, okay? So the second thing we're going to discuss is allowing yourself time. And please forgive me. Hopefully I'm not moving my hands too much. I'm Italian. That's how I speak. I do move them slowly though. And I just want to express to you, because I am passionate about what I do. And it's very important to me that you understand what I'm talking about, just like I talk to every patient in the office, okay? So basically allowing yourself time, okay? Now, we don't go through the insurance here at Sleep Play. We're a private pay supplier, which you don't really have to be under the gun in trying to make a compliance or anything like that, but even with the insurance, as I explained to everybody in previous places I've been, they give you 24 hours. Why do they give you 24 hours? Because it's going to take that time to get used to the mask and get the benefit from the machine, okay? So allow yourself time. You have a grace period with most insurances anyway, so I tell everybody, allow yourself the grace. Be easy on yourself. Don't be so harsh on yourself. If you can't wear it all night long, the first night or the first week, or you're getting annoyed with it, don't get so down on yourself and allow yourself to quit. Allow yourself the proper time and the patience with yourself to get used to the mask and use the machine and get the benefit. So what exactly are you allowing yourself time with? Okay, it's not the machine, it's not the noise in the machine, because it's very, very quiet. Actually, it might be too silent sometimes. We sleep with the noise machine in the room. When it's not on, I go crazy. I can't sleep at night. Okay, so some people may be used to your snoring because the thing's so quiet, they want you snoring again. It sounds funny, but snoring was the reason why you got the machine, and now snoring is going to be the reason why you get off the machine. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so you allow yourself time. The most important thing is with the mask, okay? I explain to everybody this is something I'm very passionate about, because I know the fact of the mask is what stops everybody from using the machine and getting the proper therapy that they need, okay? So what you want to allow yourself time with is the mask, that whatever you're set up with, okay, that's what you're guessing is the best thing that's going to be good for you, whether you're a mouth breather, you want to try with a nose mask that you only breathe through your nose, or try to, whatever it is, when you get set up with the machine, machine, you need to allow yourself time with the mask. Everywhere from the private pay suppliers to the ones who work with the insurance, they all give you 30-day mask guarantees. The reason being, because it's going to take that long. So when I was speaking about the grace, this is what I'm talking about. You need to allow yourself grace and that time to get used to the mask, okay? So it may take a little bit here and there to get used to the mask. And so what I tell everybody is the way to get used to the mask is you need to practice, okay? This is something that's not, you know, obviously the sleep apnea is only going to be when you're sleeping. So mainly whenever you sleep is going to be at night for most people. And so that's when you're primarily going to use this, okay? However, what I tell everybody is use it in the daytime. If you have an opportunity, you know, I know we're not sitting around the house all day, but if you do have the opportunity in the daytime, you take a nap for an hour or two, you watch a movie, you're prone to doze off on the computer, maybe doing bills, you want to practice with this. The more you wear the mask, the easier it becomes, and your goal is at night to use this, obviously when you primarily sleep, but in order to get there at night, to sleep longer at night and all through the night, you need to practice with this, okay? It's just a golden rule. It's what happens. You know, a lot of people just primarily practice at night, and I tell them, listen, you're practicing at night when you primarily sleep, so what's happening is when you're supposed to be sleeping, you're practicing with a mask, you're taking this thing off, you're making yourself miserable, you're losing sleep, you're getting worse sleep than when you have just the sleep apnea itself, and so you're quitting on this. And so what I'm telling people is if you allow yourself to, you know, practice here and there a few hours in the daytime, you know, not going out of your way. I tell people the same thing. Don't go out of your way to go home like, oh, I got to practice with my CPAP mask. No, that's ridiculous. But when you have an opportunity and you're at home and you're like I said, taking a nap or whatever instance, use the mask. The more you wear it, the easier it becomes, and you will get used to this, okay? But at least if you're using it consistently, not, you know, all through the night maybe, or every single day you're practicing with this, you're not going to make it a stressful thing. CPAP and sleep therapy, this is supposed to fix your sleep apnea and your therapy, and it's supposed to make you more comfortable, okay? So don't stress yourself out about this and make it like something like it's a to-do list chore that you got to check off every single day. No, make it something that's comfortable and something that's pleasurable to you, okay? Because you will benefit from the machine, okay? But at least if you are using it throughout the 30 days and you're practicing here and there, if you can't get used to the mask you were set up with, and they have that 30-day mask guarantee, guess what? At least you'll know by the end of the 30 days what mask you're good with. And when you speak to the technician or the therapist, whoever it is you're speaking with, the doctor, you'll be able to identify or explain to them what you're having issues with as far as the mask you have and you started with. That way they can get you into the right mask. And once you get the right mask, you should be good to go from there, okay? So bottom line, don't give up. Okay, I tell people all the time, you kind of got to suck it up buttercup in a sense, okay? Not that it's not a harsh thing, it's just a reality thing, okay? If you don't allow yourself to get used to it and continue to persist with this, you're not going to get the benefit from the machine and the therapy that's life-changing, because it is, I promise. Don't take my word for it. Look all over the internet. You'll hear testimony after testimony of people who have benefited from this, and it's changed their life, okay? If you have experienced that life-changing benefit, or any, you know, if you want to tell us how you got the benefit from the machine and what was the difference for you, please comment below and let somebody know about those changes so we can share this with each other. We can encourage each other to push on towards the goal. Okay, the goal is eliminating sleep apnea, getting the sleep we need. Everybody will be in a better mood. There's going to be less road rage on the road and annoyed drivers. I mean, it all happens. This is what it's all from. I mean, the loss of sleep is really why everybody's in a bad mood most of the time, and I know, trust me, because I'm one of them. Basically, yeah. So, and if you do quit, you know, what happens is people quit really quickly, and before they know it, 2 days, 2 months, 2 years later, they're right back in the office, and they're right back on the machine, and they're doing it all over again. So it's like, do it the first time. I tell everybody, do it the first time and get the benefit the first time, or push yourself to get the benefit, or find the right mask. Like I said, it might be a little struggle because you're going to be back on it anyways, okay? Because sleep therapy or CPAP is the best therapy for sleep apnea by far. I don't care what else there is out there. CPAP is the best, okay? If you have liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.